It's amazing to believe that with the dozens of manufacturers and the literally hundreds of pond filters, there's just one piece of advice that will ensure you make the right choice for your pond. If you were in front of me now, well, technically you are, but if you were right in front of me now, I could tell you this one piece of information, walk away, and then I'd be pretty confident that you would make the right choice for the filter that you need for your pond. So what is this mythical piece of information I'm talking about? Well, it's all about interpreting what the manufacturers are telling you. You wouldn't, for instance, get in your car, put a bit of tape over the fuel gauge or the range meter, and then attempt your journey knowing full well with 100% confidence you're going to get there because the manufacturers have told you you'll get 50 miles to the gallon or 200 miles out of a charge. To be fair to manufacturers, there's too many variables to give you an exact figure, so they use two little words, up to. With car manufacturers, again, there's how aggressively you drive, the state of the tyres on your car, the state of the road, how many passengers you've got in the car, how many Terry's chocolate oranges you've got in the boot. There's so many things that can affect how far that car will take you on a single tank of fuel or single charge. It's exactly the same with pond filters. Take the ORs of BioPress 10,000 for example. It says on the box 10,000. It says it will do up to 10,000 litres. You'd be forgiven for thinking, I've got a 10,000 litre pond, that's the filter for me. It doesn't work like that. So again, there's a lot of variables in your pond, how many fish you've got, how much food you're feeding, how much sunlight it gets in a 24-hour period. Very little, because we live in the UK. But there's dozens and dozens of variables that can affect it. So you want to have a filter that will do your pond in any given circumstances, because you don't want to be going through this again. It's an expensive thing to buy a pond filter. So you don't want to be buying a pond filter now and then having to come back to us in 6 months and buy a different one because the one you've got just isn't doing the job. It's all about paying attention to those two little words, up to. If you look at this filter again and you flip the box around, it'll say it'll do 10,000 litres without fish. That's why that's of use to anybody, I don't know, but there we go, it'll do 10,000 litres without fish. As soon as you put fish in, it'll do 5,000 litres, and if you've got a few koi in there, or if it's in full sun, or any of the parameters that will encourage algae and stop the filter from doing its job properly, then it'll do 2,500 litres. So you've got a filter that on the surface says it'll do 10,000 litres, but when in actual fact there are a number of situations where it'll only do a quarter of that, 2,500 litres. So the simple piece of information that's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money, and not necessarily a lot of heartache, but it will make things a lot easier for you, is you look at the box and you quarter what they're telling you. Then you're getting a realistic picture of what the filter will do, and you're not going to be going through that cycle of living with a filter for months and months, it's not quite doing the job, and then you decide to buy a newer one. So all of these filters are just giving you a guideline. They're putting their best face on, they're telling you they will do up to 10,000 litres, up to 6,000 litres, up to 4,000 litres. Quarter it. Even these filters, there's lots of different types of filters, lots of different types of manufacturers, but quarter it. That's so important. I know it might seem like it, but I'm genuinely not trying to sell you a bigger filter just for the sake of it. It's something that we've used time and time again over the past, however many, 30, 40 years. And it makes a lot of sense, and it's just that little bit of information that you can use then to make the right choice. Beyond that, there's lots of different things you can look at in terms of the filter. You might prefer one brand to another, you might prefer a self-cleaning filter, you might prefer a flow-through filter, or even a pressure filter. That's secondary to getting the right size in the first place. And if you don't believe us or believe me, then you can look at the boxes yourself. If you flip the boxes around on most of these filters, they will tell you that there are situations in which they will not do the performance they're stating. So I hope that helps you a little bit and it makes sense. And if you've got any questions or anything, just drop us a message, email, pop in store, send a carrier pigeon, whatever you like, and we can help you. So that's it for now. Take care and I'll see you soon.